Has John Morant kind of placed himself as the new face of the NBA just by the way the man's playing? All while playing in Memphis? We'll talk about it right after the bumper. What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsYJr here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, Ja Morant, Memphis's favorite son. The young man is killing it. He's just catapulted himself up there in the top 3, top 5 of MVP voting this season. He's coming off a 2-week stretch in February where he just was simply the best player in the NBA. I mean, just the dude was nasty, scoring 44, then 46, then 52 points. And he has just been remarkable. And he just broke a record social media wise. And that is why I'm posing this question. Has Ja Morant just kind of taken over as the next face of the NBA? Or is he currently the face of the youth, the face of the next generation of NBA superstars? And that is a big, bold question. And that's something I'm willing to argue. Yes, Ja Morant, a young 6'2", I think he's 22 years old, guy out of Murray State from South Carolina playing in the NBA's smallest market, has catapulted himself into being the next face of the NBA. And there's a couple of numbers that kind of back me up. Now, first, let me show you guys this. This came from the NBA communications, the PR department. It says Ja Morant content from the Spurs Grizzlies game on Monday generated a record-breaking social media numbers. Let's see it. Let's look at it. It says Ja Morant's 52-point performance drives record engagement. 42 million Instagram views. The buzzer beater alley-oop to close the first half is the most viewed NBA Instagram video ever. That's more than LeBron video ever did, Zion Williamson, Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 42 million views. It's only been up for a few days. The most viewed video ever, period. Point blank, period. Morant content generated more than 80 million views in one single night across NBA social assets. And that's just on the NBA stuff. That doesn't include when Complex reposted or when a local blogger like myself reposted or any of these other sites, Complex, Bleacher Report, ESPN, whatever. This is just off the NBA thing alone. 42 million views and 80 million views from NBA alone. It's got hundreds of millions of views if you add the Sports Centers and the ESPNs and the Bleacher Reports, etc., etc. Morant has driven 385 million views on NBA social media this season. That's the third most views of any player. The only guys above him are one LeBron James and one Steph Curry. Now, as we know, those guys are older. Those guys are, on the back half of their career. Those guys have less than 10 years left in their career, whereas Ja has 10 years plus left in his career, Lord willing. And so that leads me to say, is Ja Morant the new face of the NBA? Is Ja Morant the face of the youth? And also, for some of those who were Zion people, did the Pelicans make a mistake drafting Zion Williamson over this guy? Now, there are some other guys in contention to being, quote-unquote, the face of the NBA. There's Luka Doncic, who a lot of people like and extremely talented. And I want to make sure I say this. You can be the face, or you can be one of the faces of the up-and-coming face of the NBA, like a Ja Morant, who I think, the social media views, that kind of leans you in the direction of what the fans are thinking, what the people think, and not be the best player ever. You don't have to be LeBron James. You don't have to be, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the best player. So I'm not saying Ja Morant is better than these guys, but I'm just saying the fans are responding better to Ja Morant. And there's a few reasons why Ja Morant is going to always get more social media views and clicks and shares and reposts, because he's an exciting player. Not only is he really good, but he's super, super exciting. But the other guys that are in contention to be that face or that new face or whatever, there's Luka Doncic, the Dallas Mavericks. He's already been an All-NBA player. He's already made multiple All-Star games, etc., etc. There's Trae Young. There's Giannis Antetokounmpo coming off a championship. There is the aforementioned Zion Williamson, who just can't seem to get his health thing right. But none of those guys are Ja Morant. And the only guy who plays a somewhat as exciting brand of basketball as Ja is Zion. But Zion in 3 years in the NBA has played 85 games. He has missed way more games than he's played. Think about it. An NBA season, a regular season. Now, Zion has had some weird years because of COVID, but a regular NBA season is 82 games. Zion's been he was drafted 3 years ago, just like Ja, has played in 85 games. So you can't be the face of the NBA if you're never available. I mean, I'm sorry. I hope he gets his health right, and I hope he, becomes the player that we all expected him to be. But you can't be the face of the NBA if you don't even play. Luka is really, really good, really, really talented. There are a couple of barriers preventing him from being the face, the same barriers I think that Giannis faces. They weren't born here. They're not American. Giannis was born in Nigeria and is called the Greek Freak. Luka is Slovenian. And in Luka's case, he doesn't play an exciting brand of basketball. He's a slower paced, just crafty player. Crafty players are good, and crafty players can help you win championships. Hell, crafty players can even guide you to championships. But when we're talking about being the face of the league, crafty players normally don't do it. They normally don't sell the tickets. You have to play. I think you have to play a certain style of basketball. Now, Giannis plays an exciting style of basketball. He hustles all the time. He hardly ever misses games. He has won a championship in a small market. He has dominated big-time opponents. Like every time he seems to play Anthony Davis, he just seems to bully Anthony Davis in particular. He has dominated on the biggest stages. But I think him being foreign hurts him. I mean, the NBA is a global game, but the majority of the fans are here in America. And when you aren't American-born and don't have an American-born story, it's not that we can attest for the Giannis story. Like I said, his family left Nigeria to go to Greece for better opportunities, et cetera, et cetera. It just, we like Giannis and we love Giannis, but that ain't it. But a dude like Ja Morant, first of all, the basketball speaks for itself. The man is a high wire act. He is like if you combined Derrick Rose with Allen Iverson and Russell Westbrook, and you combine them all together. That's what you get when you get Ja Morant. And at 22, he's only getting better. Every single year, he's improved. And then you take a team like Memphis, who nobody expected anything from, and you have them fighting for a 2 seed in the Western Conference. A team that their best players are 22 and 21 years old. That is exciting. To add to the fact that you average 25, 26 points per game. To add to the fact that you just made your first All-Star team. To add to the fact that you're, one game from being second in the East. And by the time you see this video, they might even be second in the the Western Conference. And you add all of that with the fact that it looks like every single time you take the court, you leave it all out on the court. You love the game. The fans respond well to that, man. As you see, 42 million views from one video, 80 million views in one night, and the second most views for any player all season. The only guys ahead of him are Steph Curry and LeBron James. Ja's it. And right now, the Pelicans, albeit you couldn't have told them then, because then it wouldn't have made sense to draft Ja over Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson was that dominant at Duke. Zion Williamson was that much of a force. Zion Williamson was that dude. And damn it, when he plays, he's still that dude. But right now, Ja is it. Ja is really, really it. That dude is a beast. I think he is going to be the new and next face of the NBA. I think if he can get Memphis, think about this. This is Memphis. The best players in the history of Memphis have been guys like Michael Conley and Paul Gasol, who left early. Marc Gasol. Get Memphis, grit and grind Memphis to a Western Conference Finals, or to have a deep playoff run, or hell, if he brings them a championship, somehow if he's able to deliver a championship to Memphis, Tennessee, Now I'm getting ahead of myself. But to be able to draw, because the thing about it, LeBron and Curry have gotten more views and more attention than Ja this season. One, they're established veterans, they're champions, they're Hall of Famers. Two, they play in the state of California. LeBron plays in LA. Curry plays in San Francisco. They're the only ones above Ja. A guy who plays in LA and that's the king, that's been the face of the NBA since he walked on the NBA court 20 years ago. And the other guy who revolutionized the game, has the most threes in NBA history, plays in the market. And both of these guys play in a California market, one in San Francisco, one in LA. And they're the only guys above the kid from South Carolina that went to Murray State, that catapulted his way to the number 2 overall pick and plays in Memphis, Tennessee. Yo, that dude, Ja, is sick, dude. He is sick, man. And I cannot wait to continue to watch his growth. I cannot wait to continue to see him develop and grow as a player because he's only getting better. That's the beautiful thing. Now, the only thing is, with him being a high wire act, you just pray that he stays healthy. Russell Westbrook has been able to stay healthy for the better part of his career. It wasn't the same for Derrick Rose. Allen Iverson was able to stay healthy for the better part of his career, and so was Dwayne Wade, but it also may have cut some years off their career. Now, that's something we can worry about later, but right now, the thing is to stay healthy, but keep being you, Ja. Keep pushing that energy, revitalizing that crowd in Memphis and around the world with your play. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYjr with the Black Boss Channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7 on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to the Black Boss Channel. Subscribe to the Black Boss Channel. Hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.